going off of the Beth and Nina stabbing scene,
Mhm.
I want to get into the Nina and Lily stabbing scene
Yes.
through the end as we end off in the last 10 minutes or so.
Cool.
So, Nina obviously gets the
Mhm.
part of the Swan Queen. She dances the first act. She falls from the prince holding her,
Yeah.
drops her. She
Yeah.
also freaks out, like both probably contributed. And then Nina goes crying into her dressing room, and then Mila Kunis's character Lily is sitting there, and she's starting to put on the Black Swan makeup, and she goes, I think I'll take over
Yeah.
for you in the
Yeah.
second act. I'm gonna dance the Black Swan." Nina says, "Fuck no, I'm doing this." They end up getting in a grappling fight. Uh, Nina pushes Lily against the mirror. Mirror shatters. They go up on they go down to the floor. Nina is choking Lily, but then Nina also starts to turn like into the Black Swan. Like her neck gets weird and extends, and so you could tell like this is also hallucination,
Mhm.
all if not parts of it at least. And then as Nina's choking Lily, Lily's face turns into Nina,
Mhm.
and then Nina stabs herself in the stomach,
Yeah.
like not like towards like
Yeah.
Nina's in the first person, but like in this hallucination, Lily turns into Nina, and Nina stabs what was once Lily
Yeah.
and now Nina. She stabs the projection of herself, but then as she stabs the projection of herself, Nina's face morphs back into Lily.
Mhm.
She drags Lily in the closet. There's blood under the door. She patches it with a towel. In that scene, what do you think actually happened? Because this is also one of the most contested things. Like, does Nina
Actually
stab
heard
her?
herself not.
Does Nina stab herself?
Mhm.
Does Nina not stab anyone?
Yeah.
Lily comes back, and you figure out it's a hallucination when Lily congratulates Nina after the second
Right.
act. So you know it wasn't actually Lily.
Right.
But does she stab herself or does she not stab herself? What do you
Yeah.
think?
I think any scene with Lily is very confusing because Lily is also, once again, definitely a real character where she clearly interacts with other dancers. She's interacting with Toma. So we know she's a real character. And then there's also like the fact that in different scenes, like for example, the first time after they spend the night together, quote unquote, um, Nina interacts with Lily in the studio, and Lily's just like, no, I did not come back with you last night. So there is definitely moments where Nina realizes that she's imagining scenes with Lily when Lily is not there. And so that's once again happened after she quote unquote murders Lily. And then Lily comes out and is like, oh my God, you did so good. And that also seems to be more on point with her character because it seems like Lily, she's just happy to be here, man. She's just here for a good time. She doesn't seem like she's ever trying to cock block Nina, get into Nina's way or something. It's just, I think Nina is jealous of Lily, especially because Toma keeps pointing out how fuckable she is and that she knows how to let go. And she's so, like, she's everything that Nina's trying to be so that she can be the Black
And
Swan.
and Nina also, I think this is a hallucination when when the lights go off the second
Hmm.
time,
Yeah.
and Nina's trying to find how to turn them back on, and she
Yeah.
sees Toma and Lily making out on the piano,
Yeah.
like very
No,
aggressively.
exactly. Either it's her, I think she's probably imagining it and imagining herself at the same time because I think at some point she also sees
Yeah,
herself.
yeah.
She's just like her conflict with her sexuality once again. And so Lily, it's like, I think Lily is the perfect definition of a girl crush where it's like, I don't know. And I know the ladies will understand. I don't know if you guys have something like this where it's like, I don't know if
Man
I'm
crush.
well, but it's like when you have this person where you're just like, I don't know if I'm sexually attracted to them or if I want to be them. And it's a little bit of both, maybe. And I think Lily is exactly that for Nina, especially as she's trying to explore her sexuality and all of this. And so to go back to that scene, she clearly hallucinates the presence of Lily. So, like, then the debate is, does she hurt herself or not? And if so, how she would do that? Because of all the hallucinations that she's had, especially when we argue whether the mom is real or not, is does she actually physically does anything ever? Like, is she same thing with Beth, you know? It's like she clearly did not stab herself. I don't think she stabbed Beth, but like that could also be the debate. Like,
Mm.
did she actually attack Beth? Um, but there's no proof that at any point she actually physically manifest her hallucinations.
Mm.
So I don't know. And I think that's what Darren Aronofsky was trying to do, is just leave it up to the imagination. Because like something you said to me after we watched it is like, it is weird because obviously we all know, especially the ladies, that when you exercise, you bleed faster.
Mm.
And she's dancing this really long number at the end before she jumps out, and somehow she's barely bleeding through putting back her makeup, going back out there, dancing for like at least 5 to 10 minutes for the finale. And then it's only at the very end that she, like, I mean, the costume is good, but like you can't contain this much bleeding for so long. It's
Yeah.
and she probably would have passed out from bleeding out
Yeah,
or
she's like
something.
92 pounds, maybe. She's like
Right. So I think
that's half her body weight of
yeah,
blood.
realistically, I don't think she would have been able to have such a stab. Um, but
I'm on the side that Nina hallucinated the entire fight with Lily, including the stabbing of herself, that she didn't actually stab herself, and that leads into the scene where Nina gets on top of
mhm,
the
platform, yeah,
platform, and she dives off as the white swan, where she looks at her mom, looks at the audience.
yeah,
You could see on camera the reds pooling in her
costume, yeah,
stomach, her costume, the white costume, very obvious to the camera, and then she dives onto the mattress. It's even bigger. It's
right.
like taking up
Actually,
half of
yeah,
her
more
costume.
than that even because she stabbed Lily before she did the Black Swan, so she would have danced like a shit ton because she would have been like, even if let's say she did not realize she stabbed herself, like it is a real thing that until you realize that you're hurt, you don't feel the pain. I've
No.
experienced that, so I could believe that she'd gone through the Black Swan without realizing. But she has danced like a fuck ton at that point. She would have bled out.
Yeah, well, there are 3 reasons why I wrote down why I don't think she stabbed herself. So one is what you said. She dances 2 full acts as the
Yeah,
lead
yeah,
while bleeding out. There's
yeah,
no fucking way she would have had drops of blood.
yeah.
Also, ballet dancers, like, they're constantly touching your torso area, picking you up, like,
Right,
the guy
exactly.
would have been like, "Why there like, there's
Yeah,
fucking
there's
blood on
blood on
my"
my
like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
she's doing complex moves that are gyrating and torquing your body in such ways where even if she happened to patch it up or band-aid it, like, it would be like you getting 20 stitches
No,
and
it would
then
bleed
doing,
down
like,
her legs.
pliés
Yeah,
and fouettes, like, it would just rip open completely
absolutely.
and start doing that. The second reason is that if there was really blood at the end when Thomas and the other dancers come over to her on the mattress to congratulate her, I think the other dancers and Thomas would have reacted way sooner than they did because the dancers are gathered around her. At this point, her entire lower torso
And
is covered in blood, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Like everyone's going
it's only
crazy.
Lily and Toma reacting too.
Yeah, the other dancers are just kind of like there
They're just like,
in the
"Bravo."
background. Imagine you just did an entire ballet and then you go to congratulate your lead and half of her costume is bloodied. That's not part of the play. You immediately like
Yeah,
when you were 10 feet away, you would have been like, "Oh my god, someone call 911." Like there was a spike under the mattress or like like she fucked
yeah.
herself up on the fall. Like you wouldn't be standing over her for 10 seconds and it wouldn't take you it would take you like half a second to realize that something was wrong.